John Wick 4 is one of the best action movies we have seen in the past 20 years. I just came home from watching it, so let's give it a review. Yes, this does require a little bit of a spoiler warning, so if you haven't seen it, make sure you sub to the channel, like the video, familia mi corazón de melón, and come back once you're done watching it.
You know I don't speak Spanish.
Without a doubt, this is one of the most immersive and visceral action experiences I have ever seen on the silver screen. You would think after having 3 straight all-time great action movies, Chad Stahelski and Keanu Reeves would tone it down, but no, they said fuck that and they cranked it up to 11. Keep in mind, this thing is close to 3 hours and they kept me glued to my seat the entire way through. Plus, it was not just me. Chapter 4 nailed one of the biggest opening weekends at the box office in R-rated movie history. So, what are the 3 things that made John Wick 4 so damn sexy? Number 1, they leaned into their strengths. The production team behind this bad boy elevated every single thing that we know and love about the previous 3 installments of the John Wick franchise. From the action choreography to the cinematography, the pyrotechnics, the production design, and most importantly, the oh so amazing and saucy world building. I was never bored, especially considering they introduced a bunch of characters into the mix. They each stole the show with their unique personalities, and accentuated their small part in the narrative with their own unique fighting styles as well. The bread and butter of this franchise is centering the narrative and the emotion around the action. You already know, John Wick is a man of few words and his adversaries are no different.
Not really.
On the other hand, you also have the expert storytelling technique of thrusting us into a world that has a ton of interwoven story threads. Long-standing beefs between characters, old-standing hierarchical rules that have to be followed to the T in order to engage in combat, and most importantly, a sense of structure to the assassin's world, where you know if you double-cross anybody at the high table or anybody else in the community for that matter, there will be hell to pay. There's no Apple Wallet in this bitch, homie. Everything gets paid in blood. Shocking, right? No, but this movie did everything right. The interconnected nature of it all is what we came to see. And the best part is that it starts and ends with the characters. I'm the king of transitions. I think we already figured out, because at number 2, we have the focus on compelling world building. After experiencing 3 straight pictures in this barbaric, chaotic world, we can all agree that the lore expands gracefully, especially when it comes to the characters' origins, motivations, and beefs with each other. The character development in this franchise keeps us hooked because it is all layered within a veil of secrecy.
I see.
We never know the full story, and that's what makes it so enticing. This is the point in the video where we have to highlight some of the key performances because my god, everybody brought their A game to the studio. Donnie Yen is my favorite human being. Hugely underrated as a character in Western media, but I digress. He shows his full acting range here, playing the role of Kane. The dude is badass, humorous, and an integral part of the plot.
Yeah.
Specifically because he mirrors our protagonists. They are meant to symbolize yin and yang. John and Kane are friends, and they are thrusted into a cruel duel of fate, each of them searching for freedom where only one of them will be able to get it. Perfectly crafted tension. Mwah. It is not just Donnie though. Rina Sawayama, Bill Skarsgård, Scott Adkins, and of course, Hiroyuki Sanada are all newbies to the Pup Daddy mythos, and yet they all brought something refreshing to the table. Shamir Anderson was also a hidden gem, because he brought the doggy out to play, and he also taught us that sometimes the assassins are even smarter than the people that are sent to hire them. All of this is to say that Chapter 4 is a character-led narrative, believe it or not. And with that, we go to number 3, they closed the loop and brought the story home. The thematic undertones and narrative structure of the 4th installment in the John Wick franchise is centered around one specific thing: freedom. After 3 movies going up against hell and high water, Mr. John Wick Steal Your Girl just wants to be freed of his burden of service to the high table. And yeah, this means by any means necessary. The action set pieces carry a narrative weight to them, as you see wave after wave of enemies coming back and forth to try to take down John, as you see him struggle to keep up with this cycle of endless violence, which of course culminates in a 3rd act of Herculean proportions. We see this man go up against insurmountable odds in order to keep his final promise to his wife. The ending is poetic, heartbreaking, and cathartic to say the least. I'm not gonna go into full spoilers because I want you to experience this in the theater, but they did John's story justice in the best way possible. So, do you need to watch the first 3 John Wick movies in order to enjoy this one? I would say,
Yeah.
this one is not for newcomers. newcomers, but as somebody that loved the previous 3 installments, I am telling you it is worth the watch. This is one of those rare franchises in which every single installment succeeds at a technical level. From the cinematography to setting up meaningful action set pieces, revolutionary camera work, great character development, and weaving the narrative into an ever-growing world that keeps you wanting for more, yes, this was a huge W. Regardless of what you think about the ending of the film itself, this is not the ending of the franchise as a whole, since we know that a spin-off movie called Ballerina is already in the works with Chad Stahelski at the helm and Ana de Armas as the main protagonist. This one is most likely going to take place in the past, as Keanu Reeves is said to be reprising his role as Mr. Steal Your Girl.
What?
On that note, after seeing Rina Sawayama become the concierge of the Osaka Continental, watching her father sacrifice himself for her survival, and getting that sweet, sweet revenge,
Nice.
I also wouldn't be surprised if they give her the opportunity to lead her own solo project. Nevertheless, John Wick Chapter 4 caps off what I think is the best action franchise of the 21st century. It gets an immediate 5 out of 5 stars from me and the Tropical Joe's seal of approval. Did you love the film or did you hate it with a burning passion? Let me know what you thought about the film in the comments down below. As always, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Make sure you drop a like, crack a smile, and I'll see you on the next one.